They actually wouldn't let me into the Olympics. I tried to try out, and they said I was too fast. So that's the reason that I'm not a Olympic event. I'd want to be. I'd love to be. I'd love to be in the Olympics, but they just won't let me. It's a terrible thing that happens sometimes, and you know, huh? All right. Hey, cheers, brother.
Cheers.
There we go. My grandpa says that's how you can tell if somebody's an alcoholic.
Well, how's that?
Is when you cheers if they bang it on the table before.
Well, I thought the reason you could tell is if somebody was drinking out of half of a water bottle that they cut in half instead of a glass. That's usually a pretty good indication.
That's a pretty great indication. I had a classy ass glass before this, and then Ozzy Moon's fucking light came out of nowhere and knocked it off and spread glass all across his table. So that's how this podcast is started.
Yeah, and then instead of like getting another glass, he went full. I mean, he's really leaning into the mullet in the shirt right now.
That's right. What other? Have you seen this Bucky shirt, bro? This thing is fucking gnarly.
Yeah,
I bought like 4 of them. I was afraid they were.
We're going to a Jimmy Buffett concert after this. So it's
yippee-ki-yay. So what's up, Craig? Man,
what's happening?
How's this? First of all, what have you been doing during this quarantine? What's been the
main man, so many things.
Yeah.
I've been a lot of drinking and eating. That's drinking and eating.
I can tell.
Basically, yeah.
Was it an Aggie shirt? No, it's the same Michigan. I should have known.
I don't know. I got that fucking Goodwill. It used to fit good before the quarantine. No.
Have you had that, dude? I went through, and so I think I've gained 20 pounds since the quarantine started, which is a lot of weight in a short amount of time.
I don't know how. It's a lot. I weighed myself the other day and I almost cried.
Yeah.
I thought depression was supposed to make you lose weight.
I don't think that's true at all. Dumper pieces of shit like if you're a stress eater, you know? Like, I think it just made me, I don't do anything.
I'm super depressed. I mean, I look jolly now. Yeah, I look super jolly.
You do.
But I'm dead inside.
That's the difference. No, dude, I went through and I went through my closet since I just moved. I went through and there's clothes. There were mediums. I was digging through mediums and I was like, it got to the point now that I'm like,
did you have those when you were in 3rd grade or something? You order?
Surprisingly enough, I was 180 pounds last year.
Yeah, I was under 200 or like just maybe a hair over and Not anymore. No,
I just kind of, I went and gave those to my skinny friend. I was just like, I just gave up. That's not like, I mean, maybe I'll get back.
So this is how bad it got. Ben Smith, hilarious comic friend of ours, just been working out. So he went keto. He's been working out like a fucking asshole, and he's been giving me his old clothes. Oh, and I was definitely used to be way skinnier than him. He gave me like 2 shirts and a pair of shorts.
All of his fat man.
And the shorts are 38 waist. I don't wear a 38 waist. I'm still 30. I have to wear a belt with them, but still. Yeah. He's just giving away all those old fat clothes to
So that's the reverse of what I did. Because that's where you get like, you lost weight. That's a good way to like keep yourself in check. That's what the skinny people do.
I never did that because I knew I would just gain it right back. I knew immediately. Like as soon as I stopped doing drugs, I knew I was going to gain it all right back.
Yeah. And so, I just went up and I just like, it just came to a point where I was like, I've just accepted my dad bod. Plus, I'm a comedian. I can't be good looking, you know?
Yeah.
There's a certain part of me that's like, I'm not funny enough for you to laugh at if I'm skinny. I think that's where I'm going with it. I feel like I've got to.
Or at all. But
that's also the thing. I feel like I get a little bit of clout if
I'm sorry for being mean. I've been cooped up for too long.
Have you?
It's good to be around good, people to make fun of.
That is. We had our first open mic we went to last week.
No, Thursday. It was 2 weeks ago, right? Because
that's right. I was at the first one.
Okay,
the first one.
Yeah, that was my second one.
Okay.
I actually have a show tomorrow.
What? Where's that?
I'm sure this won't be out for tomorrow, but
no, it won't.
But if anyone invents a time machine and they want to go to the show in Leander tomorrow, it actually is like it's the best lineup I've ever been on. I don't really know why I'm on
Ever?
it. Yeah.
Ever's impressive.
There's
I know Lando Shepard is one of the. I've done 2 shows with him.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's one of the. Yeah,
he's my favorite.
Kill for like 35 minutes. The owner was like, "We're supposed to wrap it up at 10," and the owner was like, "He was just fucking killing it." It's in front of a bunch of old white people.
Yeah, he's like,
a monster. There was one dude in the front of the road that just sat like this the entire time, just the entire time, and all of us were looking like, "When is Lando gonna crack him?" You know? And finally, right at the end, he made him he made him break face where he was just like, And they put his arms back.
And then it's Aaron Cheatham Ariel Isaac Norman and Mikey Swenson. There's some other people on it too, but but there's some other really funny people on it too. I'm just kind of drawing a blank, but those 4 people they headline any show in Austin. Yeah. And like I know Ariel like tours and does hours and shit, and Mikey's one of the funniest fucking people, and Cheenam's got an album out. So yeah,
it's like that sounds like a killer.
This is in Leander.
And then Shannon Mugridge is on there as well.
He is. I think he just recently got added, and then it's okay. So it's him. I shouldn't leave people out. That'd be a dick move. It's Shannon Mugridge, and then it's also DJ Vasquez is his show, and Ivan Garcia is on it too. So yeah, all a bunch of really funny, good people. Dude. Everyone's gonna try to do like 10 to 15 if you're really rolling. We'll see, because no one's really done. I mean, like I said, I've done 2 open mics at like 5 minutes each.
Yeah. Have you hit none of the Cup of Joes? I heard that's the best one to do.
I have not, no, because I mean, they're all up in Harker Heights area. Yeah. I don't drive, so like it's when I can get a ride out there. And usually Hudak's, you know, it's later on a Saturday, and I usually go with Hudak, and he's usually shit faced
by 3
by the time that mic starts. So on a Saturday, on a Thursday, I can catch him. You know, he just gets drunk on the way there and on the way back, and during the mic, so we're good.
You just got to be a little.
On Saturday, he's a little more responsible. He just gets really shit-faced earlier in the day and stays home. So.
He wakes up by noon, by 3 o'clock, fucking forget.
No, I live with that guy for like a month. He is a warrior. He's, I mean, he drink like that during the week and get up and go to work like super early. And he was always up by like, I mean.
I think he's part of that last generation that was able to do that. Because I remember my grandpa putting back like 8 or 9 glasses of scotch a night. And then he'd just be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
He's from Maine, dude. He takes to tell people. All right.
He came from fucking San Antonio, Texas. Oh, I did my
grandpa. He tells people he's from Boston. He's not. He's from Maine. We're both from the same place. And I mean, when I used to work jobs like that, I would be up early too. But now I'm full blown lazy piece of shit. So you called me at like 2, or didn't call me. You texted me at like 2:45.
Yep.
And I got that text at 2:55 when I woke up.
Out of your slumber, that's what you texted me. Yeah. You're like,
I got really drunk by myself last
night. That's the best. Everybody, I don't know. It does get depressing at times, I think. I
just lean into it. It's the only time I can cry. I just put on like old country music songs and cry to myself.
Isn't that the best?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Wine. I don't know why wine makes me cry, but if ever it does. Every time I drink red wine, I bought 2 bottles of red wine, and I bought them for my sister for Memorial Day, and then we ended up not hanging out or whatever. So I just had these 2 bottles of fucking red wine. I popped one open. By the time I was done, I was like watching some Netflix thing, and I was like, I caught myself. I was like getting really into it emotionally. I was like, am I fucking crying?
Oh, see, you drink like a housewife.
Yeah, I was
got some rosé and
the entire spectrum of drunk
and watch Dead to Me. See, I do that like a man. I drink whiskey and beer and listen to headphones and put on.
One time I tried to be emotionally
and put on Tammy Wynette and have a good cry. That's how I drink.
Is that your country?
I love Old Outlaw Country. Huge fan.
Yeah, bro. Huge fan. Merle Haggard.
Love Merle.
Johnny Cash. My favorite is fuck it. I say he's my favorite, and then I can't fucking say it.
Yeah, you really love him, huh?
He's my fucking favorite.
He's that guy. He's white. He's from the South.
Oh, Jesus.
Sings about his dog dying and shit. You know what I'm talking about.
He actually does. He has a song like that.
Yeah, of course he does.
Everybody does. Dude, I just started getting to 1100 Springs. Have you heard them?
No.
They're an old jazz band, and they're fucking
they're a jazz band?
Yeah.
Jazz country.
Jazz country.
Yeah.
What do you mean cultural?
That's like 2 different types.
Don't you fucking take me. Get the fuck out of here.
That's 2 groups of people who really hate each other.
No, it's not. So like they say country comes from like folk came in, and then folk took its 2 forks as jazz and country, right? So they both come from the same genre.
Here's what I'm going to say though.
But
there's a certain ethnic group of people that like are known for jazz, and there's a certain ethnic type of people who are really into country.
Yes,
and
they can't cross over.
The people who are in country,
okay, if you're let's
historically speaking, are not huge fans of the people that are in jazz. You never saw too many jazz.
Memphis and
you didn't see too many jazz groups coming out of Nashville. That's
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's it. I think there's a.
Have you ever heard of Hank Garland? Well, hold on. Have you ever heard of Hank Garland?
Yes.
Yeah, he played in a jazz group. and they killed him. They ran that dude off the road and killed him.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not historically. What about Elvis Presley? They say he's the biggest culturally appropriating musician of all time.
He certainly is.
But he's the king. He's the king of jazz.
He's the king of rock, not the king of
rock.
Do you even know what jazz is?
I feel like, but that's what.
You're like, yeah, it's just Elvis Presley and then Ron Burgundy. He played jazz flute. They were the two biggest jazz musicians of all time.
He says, that's where they got this cultural appropriation thing. Sorry, popping up. Elvis Presley was the first person they went after because they were like, he's culturally. Well, then why he wouldn't be the king of rap? He'd be the king of jazz.
No.
He's the king of rock for sure.
Have you heard of Little Richard? Have you?
Okay.
You know,
maybe
Chubby Checker, Fats Domino, all those guys were doing rock before Elvis came in and was like, no, I like that. I'll do that. I love Elvis. Elvis is the shit.
Okay, so he just stole it from them?
Yes. Yeah.
He didn't make his own.
Because remember that certain group of people, certain people wouldn't play them on the radio.
Who's he? You keep saying certain people. You need to start being more specific with.
Black people.
Hey, there it is. Ooh, I can feel it. It's palpable.
Yeah, they wouldn't play him on the radio. Tracy knows. Tracy and I have had this conversation a bunch of times.
For sure, man. That's fantastic, dude. But yes, okay. So, I didn't even fucking. It's super not. Always call me by my name.
This is what's known as in the biz is dead air.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
It's gonna kill me. It's gonna eat me alive.
Well, we had a pretty good podcast going before.
David Allan Coe.
Oh,
David Allan Coe.
Okay. David Allan Coe.
Now,
good shit.
Yeah, good shit. He is one of the. He's one of my favorite. He's also one of the worst.
Known racist. David Allan Coe. And I'm pretty sure probably known racist and domestic abuser.
Yes, very much a domestic.
Dean Stanfield's favorite musician, everyone. Known racist and wife beater.
But I'm not gonna.
Dean loves him. Posters all over his room.
I think there's posters everywhere.
He's got David Allan Coe Crocs signed
I'm not
by the man himself.
I cannot wait. That is my first. Okay. It's a very small dream. I'm not saying it's my biggest dream, but what I want is to have my own label of Crocs.
Wow, dream big, man.
Yeah, I know. It's not the biggest dream that I have, but it's a dream. You know.
Yep. Well,
what do you want to be sponsored by a lobster company? Is that your biggest dream?
Get to eat delicious lobster whenever I want, or wear Crocs all the time. That's a tough one, Dean.
Your feet comfortable?
Jeez, you really stumped me on that one.
That's a good zinger, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When we were doing that, you remember we did that quarantine comedy show with Jay Warren at that country bar?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I do.
The next week, before they shut it down, before they had, there was a couple comics that kind of shut that whole thing down. The very next week.
Wait, comics shut down a show?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's air them out. Let's talk. Let's name names.
What? All right? Naming names? You were afraid to name names before. I don't have to. I don't have to get into that. They know who they are. It's not that. Okay, so it was my fault for putting them in a situation like that. You know,
it was your fault for asking consenting adults to do something that they agreed to do in a place that was following social distancing rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Wow, what a piece of shit Dean is. God damn.
Trying to give people opportunities.
What a piece of shit.
The owner just didn't like. What the problem was, the owner is like super like conservative, and then the comics went on there and they talked about like they were just kind of like.
That's right. Alex Jones owns that place. I forgot. We did a show for Alex Jones. For anyone watching,
that was fantastic. That would have been great. No, so
it's called Gay Senior Frogs. Gay Senior Frogs.
Oh Jesus!
It's a bar owned by Alex Jones that we did a comedy show at.
So the week after that, the dude really likes my comedy, Spencer's comedy, your comedy, and Hudak's comedy, right? That's the four people that he wanted back.
He's got impeccable taste.
Impeccable taste. And so he wanted us to do a roast series.
Well, is this the guy
you and me versus Spencer and Hudak? And I was like, fuck that. Like I could. Like,
why? You had me on your team. You would have won.
No. It was me against you, and then Hudak against Spencer.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, fucking shit.
Oh.
I was like, well, you set us up for. I wanted him. I mean, it's obvious.
I gotta throw down the gauntlet right now. Anytime Spencer Cavins or Mike Hudak wants to have a roast battle,
come on,
you know where to find me.
I mean,
right?
I would have come up with something. I feel pretty confident. I know. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have won. But I'd have thrown some heat your way. It'd have been.
Sure, you would have. Everyone always says that.
I'd have started out with holy moly. Craig Fergola.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna burn any material on the air, but
that's the one I feel good about burning. I was so ready to.
And you know what? Interesting enough, never heard that before in my life. No one's ever said that.
Good shade.
It's like, you know, someone calling me a drug addict.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
Okay.
And it just kills me every time. It just kills me.
No one has ever made that reference. No,
not one time in my 36 years on this earth has anyone ever just dug down and come up with that kind of genius to make fun of the thing that you see immediately. First thing when you see me. No, it's just never been done.
It's never done.
Kids are not cruel. That's a common myth. Kids are very accommodating and friendly. So that's never happened
throughout
before.
our entire childhood.
And see, like what I would say is like, yeah, I was born with this, but you chose to give yourself this haircut.
Some would say I was born with this thing. Have you seen how majestic this is? You don't just cut them.
Okay, well then we'll talk about the Crocs.
Okay, yeah.
You choose to wear those.
I do choose to wear them because they're extremely comfortable, and I like being comfortable.
Yeah, I do too when I'm cooking on a line. With a bunch
you
of
can't wear
people.
these. You get grease all in your feet, and
they're
wear
not
some sturdy shoes.
They're non-slip
all day.
They're non-slip.
Oh, they are non-slip. You're right. That's right. They're boat shoes. That's what they originally invented for.
Yeah.
So Fergola, what got you into comedy?
What got me into comedy?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm funny. I know.
Okay.
No, I just always liked comedy. And
was there a moment in like, did you see a comedian or did you like you were a young child? I'm sure you were picked on, obviously. And so is that where you developed this?
I don't think it was that I saw. My first comedy show ever was George Carlin. My aunt took me when I was really young.
Okay.
But I think I used to watch Rodney Dangerfield movies with my dad. And he would laugh really hard. And my dad's a typical, very stoic New England guy.
Yeah.
And he would laugh like I'd never seen him laugh like that.
I'd never seen happiness come from
that.
That was exactly what I was
like, wow, if I could make my dad do that, he might like me.
That's almost exactly the reason so my dad had a
also he still doesn't like me, so
same.
But
he got rid of me.
Here I am. What else am I gonna do? What else am I gonna do?
It didn't work. Yeah, it hadn't worked yet. Who knows? He might grow to have your dad's acceptance. I don't know. I'm trying it.
Probably not, but you know.
Just super sad. It takes a hard right angle. You want to pour another glass of whiskey?
Hell yeah, I do. I'm
Oh,
starting to feel good now. We could do this for fucking hours now.
Fucking A. This is made on the Balcones fault line in Waco, Texas. So it's a Texas-made whiskey, and they have.
What do they just like heat up? What do they just burn up a bunch of Branch Davidians and then use that to flame? Use that to boil the.
That's where they get
the mash or whatever, or whatever the fuck you make whiskey with.
No, they get the water from Texas Springs, and so it gives it because the three things that make whiskey a good whiskey are or that make it whiskey at all is the type of barrels that they use, the air that's around it, so like the bacterias and the stuff that's in the air.
Holy shit, dude! I didn't know this was a history lesson podcast.
Jesus. Can you not learn something for once in your life, Fergola? And so the other thing is the mineral
3 DUIs would say no, I cannot.
What is that? 3 DUIs?
3 DUIs?
3 DUIs. That's definitely says that you cannot.
That's how many DUIs I have.
How many do you have? Isn't it 3 and done?
I think I loopholed into that because the last
can loophole anything.
The last DUI, I wasn't drunk. I was just really high on heroin.
Well then that's different.
Slipped through the cracks on that one.
Is the government going to see it that way?
The state of New Hampshire did not. No,
it's 3, and you were for life.
No, but it was 3 over a long period of time. Like I got my first one when I was.
I don't think it matters. I think
19.
It's 3.
No, it's usually
felonies. It's like if you get 3.
I'm older, so I got my first one like when I was 19 or 20. and then I went 10 years before I got another one.
Okay, so the record's been maybe swiped.
Well, I think it's on your record, but like if you go 10 years, when they charge you, they only charge you as if it's your first. But it's still those. I don't think those go.
Maybe
come off your record
prior to 21. Maybe
and it was well, no, that's worse. And the third one I got was right. That's what got me to quit doing drugs.
Has it worked? Has it? I mean, have you?
I haven't done heroin. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. But like occasional weed.
I don't smoke weed.
Okay, cool.
No, not anymore.
Awesome. Yeah,
I think you mean cocaine.
Oh, is that what we were talking about? This is kind of alluding to that sweet white book of sugar.
No, I mostly just drink now, and I was doing really good on that before this fucking. I had over just under two months no drinking, no completely sober.
You know what? I think that was one of the first times I walked in to what's that super shit mic?
Take your fucking pick, dude.
No, the one that's I think you know which one I'm talking about.
What's that super shit mic? All of them except for Cap City.
You have to talk over the fucking loudspeaker or the music that's going on in the bar.
Mr. Tramps?
Mr. Tramps.
Don't talk shit about Mr. Tramps.
Okay.
All right, that's my favorite mic.
Are you serious?
I love Mr. Tramps. First mic I ever went to in Austin. Love it.
Okay. Well, I think
shout out Brady and the Tramps crew. Miss you guys.
I like the people at Tramps. I don't like the people that run it. So there's we're gonna talk shit on here. We love it.
Yeah, no one's gonna listen to it.
Exactly. So it's totally fair. And so I don't know. Now that I've got the great Craig Fergola, this might give me some clout, dude.
Yeah. Well, clearly I'm a get for you.
It's like Joe Rogan or Elon Musk coming on the Joe Rogan podcast. This is what's
but better than that.
Way better.
But way better.
Way fucking better. What is So I remember going in there and I walked in. I knew Hudak. I walked in and I saw you sitting on the corner and you were like writing and doing your thing. And then I had sat down. I don't even remember this. I sat down like catty corner and I was kind of talking. And I was kind of talking with you a little bit. And I was like, hey, do you want a beer? I'm gonna go grab something. You're like, nah, I'm sober, man. I was like, oh. Cool.
Did I say I'm sober? That sounds like a really douchey thing to say. Did I just say I'm not drinking?
You might have said you're not drinking.
Yeah, that sounds more like me.
Yeah, and then you had talked about it in your set. I think something about Percocet. I can't remember really what they said. It was like 6 months ago.
It feels like fucking years. I don't remember the specific thing you're talking about, but yeah. I did have a bit about quitting drinking.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it was 2 months. You know what I mean? Not even. It was, but. Felt good, but then this shit happened. I'm like, Did you lose like a lot of weight? Last time I quit drinking, I just fucking dropped it. Not a lot.
Like, ooh, this is not. No, good. See, this is beer.
Yeah,
this is what this is.
I didn't lose a ton. I mean, but I was working too. So like now I'm not working and drinking. So just and eating really shitty. So it's just. Yeah. It's.
What did you say last week? You ordered Taco Bell while waiting for your pizza?
No, that happened at the beginning of the quarantine. One day I called up Papa John's. And ordered pizza,
so shitty.
And they called me back. They're like, "Hey, man, it's gonna be like 2.5 hours before you can get that pizza up to you." I'm like, that
so
sucks.
Just wait.
So I immediately hung up the phone and DoorDash Taco Bell.
Oh, that's the funniest thing. Hey,
yeah.
Our boy Tracy's heading off to Papa John's with a frozen a towel wrapped around a beer.
Allegedly. Not driving, he's walking. So I had a Taco Bell appetizer before my Papa John's got there. Is how that worked out.
That's like a redneck fucking.
Then I was super pissed too because.
Oh, were you?
I thought they fucked up. I thought they fucked up my order, but I fucked it up because I just started using DoorDash and I didn't finalize. So I got one burrito and they charged me it ended up being $15 because if you order under a certain amount, they charge you these small order fees, which is bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
but also why order one burrito?
Yeah, no, my Taco Bell order is usually fairly significant.
They know you by name. Hello, Mr. Fergola. Thank you for coming back.
Papa John's at my old place, fucking new. Dude, I went through, that's all I ordered.
Did you work at a pizza place?
No.
I just worked at a movie theater that did pizza.
Yeah, I worked at Alamo. I mean, I guess they do pizza. That's not real pizza, but.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not bad, but. I mean, not like I'm being all snobby and I'm talking about ordering Papa John's. That's
but
not.
then you ordered Papa John's, yeah.
I mean,
Taco Bell.
In general, pizza in Texas sucks dick, dude.
I would imagine so.
I'm from the East Coast, and they don't know how to do pizza here.
Yeah.
But our Mexican food sucks, so, take the good with the bad.
Yeah, take good with the bad. Yeah. We got good margaritas and some bomb-ass fucking
You guys,
enchiladas.
Seafood is straight trash.
No, it's not. Have you ever been to Corpus Christi, Texas? That's some of the best seafood in...
Dude.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
That I've ever
some of the best seafood in Texas? Okay.
Yes. I think it's drastic.
That's like saying that kid's the smartest one. His special ed class is what that's like saying.
Is that what it is?
He's the handsomest boy in the burn ward.
Oh Jesus!
It's coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. It's trash fish. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's trash fish.
It's coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. It's a clean Gulf.
Yeah, there's only
shrimp.
There's only ever been like 10 trillion barrels of oil spilled in there.
Nah, one time. Okay, one time. That's Houston. That's fucking that goes all into Louisiana.
Yeah, because
that's practically.
I don't know if you know this or not, but when stuff spills in water, it stays in that place.
Mexico on the other side. It doesn't. On the other side. So it's like
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Let's make sure that Dean took it to a racist place, not me.
I don't think anybody's surprised about that. So.
I want to be on the right side of history.
Oh Jesus! You were already culture appropriating earlier, so I don't want to hear it.
How was I culturally appropriating earlier?
You were saying that a certain people, or maybe that's not culturally appropriating, but you were.
I was explaining a situation that legitimately happened in the United States.
I don't know.
That's not racism. That's not saying well they got the Gulf, they got
you
Mexico on the other side.
All of this or all of that, you know? I think that's racist. Oh Jesus Christ! Thank God we can just edit stupid shit. Ozzy,
no, you better leave that in.
Dean, you're canceled now.
Oh, shut the fuck up. If that's the worst thing that's happened to this table, this is cleaning. This is decent. This is.
I had to wash all the broken shards of glass off there from earlier.
So. Fucking shit.
Take your time, Ozzy. It's not dripping everywhere.
It's not dripping. Yeah, it's totally dripping. Let's just leave it here. Just dam it up.
See?
That's
a real science lesson. I was teaching Dean how when stuff spills, it doesn't just stay in that spot.
Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah.
You think one thing and you
regular Bill Nye the science guy over here.
Who thought if I would learn something from Craig Fergola scientifically? Mm-hmm. Did you finish high school, Craig?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree. Fuckwit.
You have a bachelor's degree?
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. And not in heroin. He's got a doctorate in heroin.
I'm doing.
There's a
really using that right now as I cook it around.
Where did you get your? So where did you go to college at, man?
The University of Maine.
Wow. Okay.
Famous alumni include Stephen King, Senator Susan Collins.
Well, they're doing a lot better.
Major League Baseball player Jeff Bagwell. I think there's some guy that played in the majors who went there.
Okay. That was a super specific name to that. Not for you to say that right afterwards.
Well,
like I feel
like it wasn't Bagwell. I think
somebody.
Yeah, some white guy with a mustache.
This is all I deserve now is beer.
Yeah.
So welcome back to the podcast.
Can't put my foot up there.
Nope, I wouldn't. So what were we talking about right before that? Oh, you went to school and you got your bachelor's in, I'm assuming, English?
Journalism.
Journalism. Okay. Yep. Did you want to be a?
I did at the time. Okay. But then no.
Okay, I mean that's totally makes sense. And so you're.
It was a really good thing to get your degree in, like, because at the time newspapers were going out of business every single day, and I was like, I want to be a journalist. So yeah.
Okay, but it's one of those things where you've got your bachelor, and it's in a literary art. I'm assuming, right? It's literary art.
Liberal?
Not liberal. It's Is there a thing called literary?
Wow.
Arts?
Okay, so somebody definitely didn't go to college.
I didn't. Everybody.
It's just part of the school of liberal arts. Okay, basically, anything like an English, philosophy, any of that bullshit.
Like literature,
anywhere it's going to be really hard for you to get a job out of college. That's liberal arts.
Okay.
Which my school didn't have a great.
A lot of comedians have that. If you ask around, I think all of them have liberal arts degrees. If they went to college,
not all of them, dude. There's
I can think of 4.
Well, of course, but a lot of people have liberal arts degrees. It's like not everyone's cut out to be a fucking engineer. Which my school had a fantastic engineering program. That's what they were known for.
Yeah, that's not what they got you on for.
Math. No thanks. No. I'm all set with
that. Adding up grams. Well, I mean, it's a form of math. So when you were a child, it was kind of raunchy. So the other question is, who, your style of comedy is Craig Fergola comedy, right? You're not trying to be a Rodney Dangerfield. You're not trying to be this. But who do you think?
This is the stupidest question.
Who do you think? Like, who are your top? Like, if I was to say, like, who are your top 3 comedians? Like, who did when you started to get into the game? who did you like kind of appreciate the most? Like, was it storytelling comedians? Was it like hacks?
I don't even think I really knew the difference. It just made me laugh. But
Okay.
Dave Attell is one of my absolute favorites. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
He had a half-hour special on Comedy Central that probably made me laugh harder than anything I'd seen up until that point since. And I love Bill Burr. He's another one of my favorites.
Dude, that dude is ridiculous. He doesn't write anything.
I'm
He's
sure
famously known for
I'm sure he
the
does.
way he says it. He's like, I'll write down like little things or whatever. He was like, but he said my memorization is he just memorizes bits.
Well, that's you can do that when you've been doing it 30 years. You know what I mean? And Kathleen Madigan is hilarious.
Very progressive. Woman is in your top 3.
Well, but she's funny.
Yeah,
I like people that I think.
You're not doing it for a.
No, I'm not trying to score points for the feminists or
No,
anything.
she's very correct.
I don't. When people mention female comics, she doesn't get mentioned a lot, but she's definitely one of the best. Yeah. Sarah Silverman is hilarious.
Fucking Tina Fey.
Also she's not a comic, but yes, Tina Fey is hilarious.
And as far as comedy goes, yeah.
Comedy writing.
She's
Sarah Silverman's from New Hampshire, neighbor state to Maine. Shout out New Hampshire. Lived there. That's when I was in my most heroinish phase of my life. Was when I lived in North Conway, New Hampshire.
There it is, huh? It's because there's nothing else to do there besides do heroin.
And there's actually a lot to do there. North Conway is beautiful. If I had money, I would consider living there again. Yeah. It's right in the White Mountains. It's gorgeous. All kinds of outdoor shit. You can fucking hike, fish, kayak, all that.
Are you a big outdoorsman?
I like being outdoor. I mean, not here because there's no outdoors really. It's just flat.
We're the biggest fucking place of outdoor. We literally live 10 minutes from the hill country. It's called the hill country for a reason.
Yeah, they're hills. I like mountains.
They're baby mountains.
This is like, might as well.
There's some of the
might as well be Kansas.
Beautiful plains. There's
a plain. Flat, miles and miles of flatness with grass on it. Wow.
And trees and beautiful.
Look, dude, I grew up fairly close to Acadia National Park. All right, don't fucking come at me with it. Texas is.
We've got the Fort Davis Mountains.
The right what? There,
Fort Davis Mountains.
Isn't that basically New Mexico?
No, that's not. It's basically Mexico. It's borders Mexico.
Okay, so you're trying to culturally appropriate Mexico's mountains now. Cool.
No, there are mountains.
I think if there's one thing we can take out of this podcast, it's that Dean Stanfield is a racist.
Every time we flip the switch, don't believe anything.
Craig FERGOLA, pretty nice guy. Dean Stanfield.
It's okay. I think that's a stretch. There's a lot of things I'll put up with. That's not one of them, Craig. Craig FERGOLA is an asshole. But he's a lovable asshole.
Thank you.
So Craig, what is if you could go back, what is a funny story from your childhood that you think like kind of shaped you and made you who you are?
Well, this isn't so much from my childhood. I've tried to tell the story on stage. I did it one time at like a storytelling thing. Yeah. And I want to turn it into a bit. And I don't think I'll be, like I said, no one's going to watch this, so I don't think I'll burn the material, but I was almost arrested for child pornography one time.
What?
And right up top, I want to say, neither myself nor any of the people I was currently living with had child porn or downloaded child porn. Okay. But this happened in college. But I had gone back to school and finished it. Like I dropped out and I worked for like a bunch, like 5 or 6 years. And then I went back. So I was older. I was like 25, 26. Okay. I was getting ready to go to class one day and there's a knock on the door and I go out and answer it. And it's like 2 uniformed police officers and a guy in like a fleece vest. Yeah. And they're like, is your roommate, Evan home? Excuse me. Well, yeah. So he comes down. And the cop's like, can we go somewhere private and talk? He's like, no, you can, whatever you have to say, you can say it here. He's
no,
like,
you always go somewhere private.
Yeah. He's like, well, we're here about, but I had gone out to the kitchen, but I can hear them because it's the next room over. Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, we're here about some illegal downloads. So immediately I was like, this was during the time when like some of the record companies were suing. Like I had a friend, she was sued by a record company and had to declare bankruptcy because they caught her like file sharing. Ooh. And they sued her for like $500,000. She's like a broke college student.
Jesus Christ.
And they did it full well knowing that these kids couldn't pay that money. Why? They were just going to fuck them over financially for downloading music.
Just put a
file sharing, illegally downloading music.
Is that like LimeWire and such like that?
It was a little after that. But so that's what I thought it was about because we had we didn't have cable. We would just download movies and TV, whatever we wanted to watch. Pirate Bay, all that shit. And they're like, no, we have there's this IP address has been flagged for child pornography. And I'm like, holy fuck. So like I come on, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like we're talking. By this time, I had 2 other roommates. They all came down.
Shut up! I want a lawyer.
No, because like, but my whole like they had a tech guy with them, and they're like, you can either give us all your electronic devices now, and we'll scan them. And the cop was like, fuck it. The cop was explaining this to us. He's like, we're not looking for pictures of like you and your old lady doing it or anything. And I'm like, well, now I feel like that's what you're doing. I feel like that's exactly. But apparently they have like these programs that just flag child pornography.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I mean, great. But the thing is, like, we willingly gave them all electronics. And the cop even told us, he's like, most of the people that it's a fucked up situation. Cause like, well, I'll get to that after, but like, I can't remember. Where was I at again? I'm sorry.
You're in your apartment. They've just started talking about child pornography. You've given them your.
So we give them all electronic devices, and they're out doing that. And the fucking like, the cop was like, I felt like he was fucking with me the whole time because at that point I had just been accepted to law school.
Wow.
I ended up not going, but I got accepted.
Small brag.
No, not really. I mean. It's fucking law school. But like, and the cop was talking to us, trying to do that thing with like, they're trying to be your buddy. And I was just kind of like offhand. Like, I think I had like a letter from the law school I got into like on the table, and he saw that. He was like, oh. And then he's like, this happens a lot. People like, we get all kinds of different people. There's like teachers and, like Boy Scout leader, like people like that. And then lawyers. And he like looks right at me. I'm like, what the fuck? He was just being a dick. And the whole thing was,
like you're 25. You've dealt with some pretty asshole cops by then.
Well, they bring us back. This is the most fucked up part. Like they bring us back all like I had a laptop. I think that was it. And like my roommates all had laptops and like one of them had like an external hard drive. They bring all that shit back. The cop, I swear to God, he hands me my computer back. He's like, this thing's full of child pornography. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, Jesus,
I was like,
dude.
I almost shit my pants. Like, because my whole thing was like,
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of times I have a sense of humor. That's kind of not one of them.
Like, yeah. If you go to jail for child pornography,
yes,
it's not going to be good. And I'm like, but I didn't like. I was asking the cop or the tech. I'm like, well, what's it? Like? We illegally download a ton of shit here because they even like we don't care about that. I'm like, we do it all the time. Like I would download.
Wait, you said that to them?
Yeah, they didn't care about that.
Oh, okay.
Like we don't.
I still wouldn't admit that to the cops.
We don't give a shit about that. We're trying to stop child pornography. I'm like, I get that, but like, I would download. Like, I find a band I like, and I would download their entire catalog.
Yes.
And I'm like, what's to say that like there wasn't a file embedded in there? Like someone's just fucking around trying to be an asshole, and like they're like, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure people can do that. And then I was like, well, what's to say that someone didn't hack our IP address?
That's a big thing.
And he's like, no, that's not possible. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm like, now I just think
what is
you
this
don't.
Back in the early 2000s.
But anyways, the whole thing was, everyone in the house, like, nobody had child pornography. Yes. But what happened? They were explaining it to us. Like, Maine's really big. Obviously, not as big as Texas, but it's a big state, and it doesn't have a lot of money. And they only had this one. Like, it was like the guy with the vest. He was from like Portland, which is a city like 3 hours south. But he was like the head of that unit, like cyber crimes, like the child porn division or whatever.
Yeah.
So what would happen is they would get like so many cases flagged in an area, but they'd have to wait until they had so many. So they like say it was like 25. Say they had to have 25 flags of child pornography. Then they would go to that county and visit all those people.
Okay.
But that could be sometimes 6 months after the initial fact that the first one got flagged. And the cop was even telling us like, yeah, we figured you guys were cool when you willingly let us search all your stuff. He's like, because most people don't, and then we have to go get a warrant, but then they just wipe their hard drive, and it's really hard for us to because most people apparently it's you obviously can't just go on Pornhub and look up child porn. So there's all these like, I guess it was kind of like pre-dark web, but you have to go like they had to be somewhat tech savvy to get their hands on it, so they knew how to get rid of it. So it's really hard for them to catch these people.
Yeah, it's not just fucking people in a
So what ended up happening, well, when did this first start happening? Let's say the date was like we've got the first flag on October 15th. It's not the date, but we'll just say it was that.
Yeah.
And that was like 6 months previous to when they weren't right there. Like, well, like none of us were even living here when that happened. Like, okay, well, I'm like, when did the last one happen? And it was like, 3 weeks ago. And me and like, okay, well, only me and this kid Evan were living here then. There was 2 other kids living here with us. And the last,
two other people
yeah,
that weren't there
the
anymore?
last one that happened was the day before they moved out. So it was one of those two kids was downloading child porn. So we're like, you know, I'm not a big, huge fan of cops. You know, I've lived a lot of my life on the wrong side of the law. But I'm like, here's these kids' fucking mail. Here's their phone numbers. Go get them. Go fuck. And I
think
never.
There's a few that I don't like. I'm not like, you know, snitches get stitches or whatever.
No, but I just
I'm
don't.
not
You know what I mean?
ratting on somebody across the hallway for smoking weed.
Right. But
But
child pornography is that's a whole different kettle of fish right there. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they ever caught him. We kept checking the newspapers and
Surely
stuff.
they would have had. They would have brought you into the courtroom as.
No, I never actually. I have never even thought of that. Because I'm sure they would have. But I think if they could, like, if they caught him and they had it on their computer, you know, that's pretty much, you know, case solved right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think that kid's name was Caleb. And if I knew his last name, I'd definitely say it because he was a piece of shit. And this other kid, Brian, I can't remember his last name either. They were both fucking loser pieces of shit. So I would definitely say their names on here if I could remember them, but I can't.
Just go look them up.
But, you know, if you know anyone named Caleb or Brian who was living in Old Town, circa, like, I don't even know what year this was, like 2008, 2009?
Okay, yeah, late 2000s.
Yeah. They could be pedophiles. So...
Just call them out, man.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah, that's a good. I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, like really trying to get rid of the like to a certain extent, try to get rid of the where you have to. It had to, whatever you did as far as child like molesting goes, it had to be like a serious case. They were trying to get the ones that were like, I don't know, like that gets the child porn and a couple other little like.
Well, I don't think child porn's a little one, but I do think like
but
there's guys.
There's a bigger like if you're just watching it, if you're doing it, then it's a higher classification for sure.
Well, that's what the cops were explaining that to us too. They're like these are
now if you get caught, you have to go tell everybody in your neighborhood that you're a pedophile, and they're trying to get rid of that.
You don't tell them you're a pedophile. You tell them you're a sex offender. And I don't think you're allowed to tell them what it's because there's guys who get fucked over on that. Like there's dudes who were like 18, their girlfriend was 17, they were fucking, and their parents get mad and they press and then that guy has to register for the rest of his life that and that's really fucked up.
Yeah, I think that that's the situational, but that's when I would be like here, like whenever I put because have you ever been on the website that does it?
I've seen them. Yeah, like where you can
like
see
you can get an app on your phone
that
you download and it shows you how many sex. Dude, it's surprising.
Well, because
you
like
get on there and it goes.
Well, there's a lot of.
But you can
it's not all. It's not all pedophilia related, dude. If you get caught pissing 10. In public, that's public urination. You have to register as a sex offender because your dick's out in public.
Dude, I'm so glad they didn't do this to me, but I did I got caught shitting at a dumpster in Corpus Christi, Texas. Because of course you did. Of course I did. All the bars there don't have you can't do
take a shit.
You can't take a shit, and so like it just hit me. Well, they just have urinals, and they have the
shit in the urinal. Dude.
They took all of the urinal. So, yeah, I guess I didn't want to do that, and so
who the fuck is going shitting in public, dude? That is fucking ridiculous.
And they didn't give me all. They didn't give me. They got me a public intoxication, is what they ended up giving me. And I'm because I didn't know.
Were you like mid shit when they pulled up?
Oh yeah, I was fucking. I had grabbed the corner of the dumpster.
Did they let you? Did they let you wipe before they fucking?
They were walking down the alley, and they turned the alley, and they saw me. And then they got their flashlight out, and that's when I was like, okay. Grab my pants around my ankles, pull that shit. I took a sock. I had a sock. I took one of my socks off. Fucking got my shit done.
I bet that didn't get it all because if you're shitting on a dumpster, it's not gonna be, you know, a nice solid dump. I'm guessing that came flying out of you.
If I remember correctly, it was a very aggressive shit. Here's the deal. I felt better when I left. Even though I was getting a PI and they took me in, I still felt better. Yeah. My pants fit better. It was a bad. Listen, I haven't shit my pants since being an adult, and I want to continue that.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah. I feel like once that happens, you know, where's the line?
There? I have pissed the bed, and
I did. Yeah,
I pissed in a lot of random places.
I don't think people talk about that as much. I told my buddy this. I thought nobody did this, and then I got like I was just talking to my buddy last night. I was like, my girl got really pissed off. Whatever. I have a whole bit about it. I pissed in her makeup drawer. And
nice.
Yeah. And so that's where I have a poem. It's called "Getting Drunk and Pissing on Things."
One time in the span of
sheets, and you can mop the floor, but you cannot clean the makeup drawer.
One time in the span of 2 weeks, this girl was living with me, and she picked me up after one of like the first comedy shows I ever did in town with like my buddy Mike Eaton. Shout out Mike Eaton. Woo. And I got like aggressively drunk. Like I drank a 6-pack before we even got there, and then like bought another 6-pack. And it was during South by Southwest. It was like in some dude's garage. It was fucked up, but they were like a bunch of kids there just like, giving us booze, and I just like kind of came out of a blackout, laying on the ground. Called the girl that was living with me at the time. She came and picked me up. And apparently I pissed in my oven that night.
Oh, Jesus.
Just like
that's the
and then like
I understand the closet and I understand the bed. Like you couldn't wake up because you didn't wake up and your
less than a week later I was at Anderson
microwaves and ovens.
I was at Anderson Mill Pub and Hudak was getting me fucking fucked up off Rumple Mints.
Rumple Mints?
And I pissed in
what is that?
It's like 100 proof peppermint schnapps. It's fucking it's deadly.
Is that the one where it just says 100 on it? There's peach ones, peppermints, and I chugged like half a bottle of those one time.
No, I don't think so. But it's
I pissed out of the window.
It's fucking brutal. And I pissed in my dryer. Like, and I didn't know. Like, I went to go throw a load of. Like,
I understand that.
So like the next day, I like went out. I'm
bit.
like, why is the dryer door open? I was like changing the laundry. I'm like, oh, there's fucking 3 inches of piss in there.
Oh, and it's not good piss either. It's all the toxins.
No, it was
very frothy, soupy.
Wasn't good.
Milky.
But I totally blacked out. Didn't remember doing either one. But
yeah, I mean, obviously it was you.
Right. I lived alone.
Yeah, no, there was definitely. So I have that story, and then it happened like 3 or 4 times, and it was always after weddings. I had a theory that keg beer made me pee in the bed, but it wasn't. It was just because it was unlimited.
That's just definitely not it.
But that's where
just keg beer. I don't know what it is. When I drink keg beer, I don't know. It must be how they must be chemicals on the inside of the keg or something.
It's not me being a piece of shit and drinking too much. And so it got to the point where she made me sleep on the floor. If I drank and I had to stumble, and she was like, "No, like we can get on the bed and do play tic-tac-toe, do whatever we need to do." And then afterwards, she was like, "You're sleeping on the floor like a dog."
Oh man,
I was like, "Oh," and I did, but I'm so drunk. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, babe. It's reasonable." And I,
wow, dude, I'm like, how about you fucking sleep on the floor?
No, I think when I get drunk,
you're gonna kick me out of the bed that I pay for. Like if you just went like full like, this is my house. That would be.
I'm so happy that I can be an alcoholic because I've never been when I'm an alcoholic. I'm just like, man, whatever. What sounds good? Whatever. Let's do this.
I'm sorry.
I don't get mean.
Never gotten out of line at all.
Oh, I get out of line. I'm just saying I'm not mean.
I never like punch my girlfriend, so I can.
I never did. Yeah, I've never been violent when I've been. There was one time that I got so drunk that she was playing Queen, and we were in her Jeep, and she'd already drugged me out of this wedding. Weddings are, I go way too hard. But the father, check this out. The father of the groom, comes up to me, and it's at this wedding, and it's a bunch of bougie people, and he's paid. So he's worked out the deal with the venue that he paid for the liquor, but he doesn't get to take home.
Okay.
So the part of the deal was you pay like $1,500.
Yeah.
And
weddings are stupid expensive.
Yes. And so his deal was he was like, hey man, they're not drinking scotch. He was like, so find the most expensive scotch up. It was a Belvini 15. Ooh, and he was like, there's 4 bottles up there. It's me and you, buddy. We're going to get our money back. And I was like, oh. And I was like, fine. But he just kept bringing me glasses of scotch, just glass after glass after glass. And I was shit canned. And she finally realized, she was like, I need to get him out of here. She was kind of seeing the writing on the wall. And so she took me in and she put me in her Jeep and then walked around and got in. And she'd already turned it on. Because I was like, oh, Daisy, and she turned it on. And then she starts playing it's Bohemian Rhapsody. And I started going with the beat, hitting the car next to me with the fucking driver's door. I was like, oh. Next morning, so awesome. I was just like, I see a little silhouette of it. I was just trashed. And then I got home. She couldn't carry me inside. And so she had to put me on a skateboard and roll me into her fucking house. I quit drinking for like 3 months because of this. And then she rolled me into the bathtub and turned the water on until I sobered up.
Wow, your girlfriend's awesome.
She was amazing.
I mean, she kind of sounds like a bitch, but
she was not at all. There wasn't a single day. That girl was an angel, and I did not deserve her. She eventually figured it out.
yeah. I noticed.
Did that my ex make her break up with me? That did not make her break up with me. Can you believe that? Oh, I was so happy.
It's funny that you talk about her making you sleep on the floor. One of my very best friends, Greg May, shout out Greg May in Duxbury, Massachusetts. His father, who has since passed on, Richard May Sr., one of my absolute favorite people in the entire world. I fucking
Really?
love this guy. He was like my best friend for a while, and he used to be a huge booze bag. Like he ran a very successful business. He had an apartment in New York City because he was there so much. And he was like, they had a lot of money, and he's a wild man. And his wife told him he had to quit drinking.
Okay.
Which he was like, but she would let him drink one night a week. It was
oh, geez,
that's
worse.
It was Thursday. It was Thursday night. And he drank Budweiser, which is like him and I best friends because that's my beer of choice.
Beer of choice.
He could drink one night a week, but he had to sleep on the couch.
same, man. Same.
But then sometimes, like, because we used to go, I go to their house. And it was back in like the big online poker boom, and it was insane. Greg's whole his entire family would all play. Like we'd walk in and be his mom, his dad, his older brother, his cousins, his like sister's husband. Just everyone's on a laptop. It's like, I got ace king, I got queen. So we would like stay up playing like super late some night, and like Pig would like sneak. We call him Pigpen. Pigpen.
Oh, Pigpen. Yeah.
So Pig. He would like, and they would call me Tank or Hank because my online poker name was Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank. There.
And he'd be like, Tanker, just go in the fridge and grab us a couple Budweisers. He was, oh man, I miss that guy. So he was the funniest fucking person.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that's great. Did you meet him on online poker?
No, I met Greg at college, and then I just I lived in Rhode Island for a while with my brother, and it was about an hour drive to Greg's house in Massachusetts, and I just go there all the time. And Greg and I have been really good friends, but his family it's like my favorite family. Like, I like him more than my own family sometimes. They're so awesome. They're just like the funniest fuck. People from Massachusetts are like the funniest people in the world. I don't know if
really?
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know what it is, but they're just like
I've never met anybody.
They're just I don't know.
Yeah.
They're all ball busters, which I love.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's what I love about Texas. Like I go other places, and I mean, people are so like. I mean, you go to Texas, like you can. This is a real world possibility. You could come to Texas, move to Texas, this happened to a friend of mine. Walked through a park, and this was my family that was having a fucking barbecue, and he was just walking through the park. And he was sitting on a bench, and my dad was like, "Hey, you drink beer?" And the kid was like, "Me?" And my dad was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Oh," he was like, "You like barbecue? You hungry?" Kid was like, yeah."
Yeah.
And then he was a part of the family for like, we found out who he was, and he didn't have any family down here.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Dude, we got shit going on all the time. Come on, man."
Yeah, that's
so, like,
I miss shit like that
Colorado,
from back home. Maine was all like that too. You could just like people have
meet
cookouts all
somebody
the
at a
time.
bar and then be like, "Hey man, we're having a house party. You want to come over?"
Yep.
Like fucking.
My dad's side of the family's
lifelong
all Italians too, so it was always like, you know, every time.
Oh, you and Spencer Cavins have that in common.
Well, and yeah, well, I'm mostly French Canadian, but my dad's side's all Italian.
Okay.
So like holidays are awesome because we just so much food.
Is it?
I had one of my friends growing up.
Do you know how to cook Italian food?
I can make a pretty fucking good spaghetti sauce. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we have to. I don't know how.
I'll do it someday, but it's like it's an all day. If I make it like my dad makes it, it's like
dude, my grandpa, he's not Italian
because you hand make your own meatballs and you do all that,
man.
and then you got to let it simmer for like a whole day.
So that's one thing that my grandpa. So he did. I mean, he did like he learned it from a friend of his, and he went to A&M, and the dude was Italian, but the dude was like he would like finely cut the garlics and then
your
like,
grandfather's friend learned that from fucking Goodfellas.
I don't think I'm not saying I'm not using a razor.
Yeah,
but he would like
my uncle Paulie was in prison, and he was part of the mafia, so they gave him his own cell
space. Yeah, they got a kitchen and
there was this guy.
But the one thing
his name was Marty Scorsese. He would like yell at him.
This motherfucker. Everything I would always see making sauces is that it came out of a glass can, but if you did it originally, it would be a paste. And then it took you like 45 minutes to make it. Then it was there. My grandpa was the only one that I'd seen do that, and it was the tastiest thing I've ever had. But it took him. He would start at like noon, and they would be ready at 8.
Well, you make the meatballs and you just simmer them in the sauce. It's about like, I'm going home next month, and I'm like, I can't wait because my dad. It's so fucking good. I haven't found a good Italian place in Austin.
Me neither. I know. There's one in Georgetown that's.
I'm not being like they don't have. I haven't found it. I think like Italian places, like if you go, it's always like, unless you know you've been there, it's always a crapshoot
Because
because
there's
it's
Olive Garden.
yeah, yeah. Papa John's,
Papa
technically
John's,
is an Italian place, but it's like if the sauce sucks, it ruins the whole meal, and you don't know, like, and you don't want to be like, "Oh, can I have a sample of your sauce?" Because like some of them make like there's like big chunks of tomato, and like get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah,
right? That's
that's
lazy.
not
It's lazy shit.
Okay.
But like if
That's
the sauce is no good, the meal sucks.
Like so here's what I do when I go to Italian. I just order lasagna. It's really hard to fuck up a lasagna.
Or you get like chicken Alfredo because
always-
it's almost impossible to fuck up that. Although I have seen places do it, but
It's like, and I've had an amazing lasagna, and it's here, but then it's like, I mean, a horrible.
But
lasagna
still,
is
if
like here, it's like,
but
it's
still,
not
if the
that-
sauce is trash, the lasagna is gonna be trash too.
Yes, but there's a lot of like cheese. It's just cheese and noodles. The sauce is it's very very light sauce. It's hard to fuck it up. It's just like you put noodles and cheese together, and then you put a little bit of meat sauce,
Yeah.
not a whole lot. But anyway, well, dude, thanks for coming on this podcast, bro.
How long?
This has been
how long
amazing.
have we
We've been an hour and a half.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, we started at 4:30.
Wow.
And it's 6 now.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well,
It's been
thanks for
awesome.
having
We
me.
got some good content.
This was very fun.
Cheers. It's been a blast.
I thought it would
Thanks for
suck,
having
but
me on
you know.
that. Turns out it wasn't that bad. Thank you. This has been we didn't get to do it. Normally, it's packing a can with Dean Stanfield. Oh, we didn't get to talk about that. That'll be our ending.
All
So
right.
you, so it's called packing a can with Dean Stanfield. And so you would come on the podcast and you'd said, you know what, I'll take a pinch of snuff. I'll do it, because it's not like it's a ruled on the podcast, but surprisingly, can you give me your answer to why you said
I was gonna do it?
Okay, go ahead.
And then I backed out like a little bitch because honestly, chewing tobacco is like the one. I don't know, you wouldn't call it illicit, but like one. Let's just call it an illicit substance that I've never in my life done. I've never done it. I was really worried. I was also really worried I was gonna throw up too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really not that bad. You smoke cigarettes like a champ.
Yeah.
I've seen you chain smoke 10 cigarettes in a row.
Probably
Sitting outside of Tramps.
because I'm a man.
Because you're up, but you won't do snuff. So you'll do heroin, but snuff is just online. Are you afraid that like as soon as you take a dip of snuff, your
No, it's
gonna
just
pop out?
it's just more like give me. I got
It's
one
the
thing to hold on.
thing- Okay, it's the one thing you get to hold
Yeah.
on to. And
I did heroin pretty aggressively for like 3 years, and I've done. There's not really a drug I can think of that I haven't done ketamine.
Okay, so there's a few out there.
But other than that,
And
but
that
but
was
like
just 'cause you couldn't get the
I
heroin.
would do ketamine. like,
that's fantastic
but yeah, it's just like the one thing.
that you haven't done.
Yeah.
and holding on to it. All right, dude. The respect for that, bro.
Yeah.
All right, dude. This has been Packing a Can with Dean Stanfield and my guest Craig Fergola. Y'all can check him out on
Peace.
On Facebook, Instagram. Where you on, dude? Where can they find your comedy?
Well, I don't put my comedy online, but
Do you
yeah,
not?
I mean, my name's Craig Fergola. I am on Instagram.
You can follow him on Instagram.
And yeah,
any
some people would
future shows,
some people
say
would
somebody's
actually
like, yeah.
follow me on Instagram. It'd be cool because I follow way more people than follow me, which is pretty embarrassing.
We're gonna boost that up. My
So
26 people that watch this
I think it's just
are gonna follow you.
at Craig Fergola. I think.
Okay. I
Um,
think.
Pretty sure that's what it
Okay.
is.
It's a pretty unique name. We'll put we'll find his Instagram handle and we're gonna put it here, right here. It's gonna be right there.
There's
All right,
nothing
guys.
there right now.
There's nothing there right now.
But
in
they'll
a
add that in
minute,
post. I think is what they're saying. Yeah.
Or asshole.
Oh yeah,
Rob
we
put it
weren't.
over here.
We weren't. No, we would never promote that.
No. This right here. I don't think so.
Nope.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.